Alright, so this is my first official 2020 presidential election prediction. I've gone ahead and given Joe Biden Kamala Harris as a running mate. I think she is the favorite right now. She's the favorite by the betting odds, so it makes sense. Start east to west. Trump wins Maine by a tilt margin. He should run up turnout in the rural areas and do slightly better in the suburbs. Well, the Bernie vote will be suppressed for Biden. Similar concept in New Hampshire, but even more extreme. I think Trump will win it by 2 or 3 percentage points. Trump narrowly won the state, and most people, even some people on the left, had him winning New Hampshire. So that is, oh no, not Massachusetts. These three states, they're starting to get a little bit more competitive, at least especially Connecticut, Rhode Island, because of unpopular Democrats in the governor's offices. Pennsylvania, adjusted polls out of there show Trump leading by about 3-4 points, so I'd say he wins it by about 3 points right now, so it's in the lean column. There's really no polling out of Virginia, so I'm just going to put it as a tilt blue. I think Trump will do better among minority voters, as well as run up rural margins. Similar thing in North Carolina. I think he'll win it. I want to say likely, but I can't yet lean right now. But Georgia is likely. Georgia has seemingly not become so competitive as it was expected to be. Of course, things can change. Florida lean. Again, it's his new home state. He'll gain a little bit of popularity there. Ohio showing a likely win for Trump in the adjusted polls. In Michigan, I'd say a tilt for Trump. The polls seem indecisive when it comes to Michigan right now. Same thing, although Wisconsin's a bit. I think Pennsylvania is actually going to be Trump's best state right now, because it seems to be where he's doing best in the polls. So yeah. And I say he wins Minnesota. Again, there's only one poll from Minnesota on RCP, and it's a Biden plus 12, and it doesn't even give me the means to adjust it, so it's not like it's useless. There's no reliable polling data out of Minnesota right now, but I think it was narrow enough in 2016 that Trump is going to flip it. And I think Trump wins Iowa likely. Similar thing to Ohio. Texas is also likely. I would put it safe just because of the UT Texas poll that showed the adjusted results as a Trump win by 11, and that should be padded by undecideds breaking for Trump in the final weeks leading to the election. But I'm going to keep it likely right now just because of the trends. Although Trump's uptick with Hispanics as well as blacks, which do make up a decent portion of the cities as well as the eastern part of the state, which bears more resemblance to the Deep South, that could outweigh the trend among college educated whites in the suburbs that seem to be making Texas a little bit more competitive than it should be. For the state of Colorado, um, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Trump right now. It's actually, it seems like Biden is going to lose ground in Colorado because of the Bernie vote, and it's not looking good for Biden really in the big Bernie states. I mean, there's no pulling out of Colorado, of course, because most left most left wing polls think it's safe Biden, but it is nowhere near safe Biden. The state is pure toss up, and right now I think Trump has an advantage. New Mexico is, I'll say lean blue, but it's only like 2 points. New Mexico is close. It could easily flip to Trump. Arizona is lean Republican. I think Trump will win it roughly the same margin. It might be a little bit closer, although, again, increased support with Hispanics might move it into the likely column. So, Arizona's kind of a mixed bag right now. The state of Nevada, I think, is going to tilt for Donald Trump. Um, Bernie won it by um, a pretty convincing margin against Biden in the caucus. So Biden's turnout numbers will be down considerably, especially since that was a Clinton state in the 2016 Democrat nomination. And last but not least, the state of Oregon and its 7 electoral votes. Oh, Nebraska's second, I say, is lean. Oregon likely again. This could become even more competitive if Trump decides to do some rallies here, but right now it's just not there. I think Oregon after New Mexico and Virginia would be the next state to flip. So right now I have Trump winning 337 to 201. However, 5 of these states are very narrow. But even if Trump were to lose these 5 states, he would still win 294 to 244, but that's not. That is not my current prediction. This is my current prediction. Alright, I will do these every 2 weeks, so I will be back on Monday, May